Last year, SWROGA changed the PAF schedule. It was a radical change, but made ribbon judging fairer and less confusing. There's another part of our schedule that should be addressed. Fortunately, it's easily corrected by adding a few words and a couple of new classes, and this is the Cattleya classifications. Let's go through the process of how we presently put a yellow Cattleya in its class. It should go in 130 or 131. But orchids are complex. These are just some yellow flowers, and the schedule doesn't say what to do with them. Our only two choices are to put them in the yellow class or put them in the class of other with splashes, spots, or patterns. What often happens is that the concolor yellows, or the yellows with no other color, are put in the yellow class and the rest are dumped in other. The result is just a small amount of the yellows are put here. But there's a problem consigning the rest to other, because all the reds, whites, and purples that are non-concolor are going to go in here also. In shows I've attended, this class can be bigger than all the other classes combined. And these are so disparate, it's impossible to fairly award ribbons. It's like choosing which are better, apples or horses. Fortunately, there's an easy solution. We could make separate categories for the colored lip yellows, purples, reds, but we would have to add 18 more classes, and that would be unwieldy. The simplest solution is to consider these yellow, discounting the lip color, and judge them with the other yellows. And do the same for the other colors. The reds with the reds, purples with purple. Now let's look at how the revised schedule will look. This species 1 is unchanged. For the purple, we add the words sepals and petals only. Lip may have other colors. The solid whites are unchanged. We've been allowing a little yellow in the lip, so we should add this in the schedule. Exhibitors may not know the word semi-alba, so we should add the description, white sepals and petals only, lip is another color. These are all flowers with solid yellow sepals and petals. SWROGA combines these with green, which I agree with, since there are few green flowers and most age to yellow. If we start seeing a lot more green, we can separate these classes. Some growers are already putting flowers with colored lips in the yellow class, and some judging teams are allowing it. Two growers can put identical flowers in two different classes, and this is neither consistent nor fair. We need to add words like the colors defined by the sepals and petals, so everyone enters them in the same class and we're judging the same flowers together. All reds are judged in the red class. I'm suggesting we add a class for pink flowers. I can tell the difference in these two colors. I think this is better than judging the pinks with the purples. Oranges are all judged together. This is another class I'd like to add. People are very proud of their blues, and we should recognize them and give them ribbons. I've highlighted the sentence, flower can be put in this class instead of another class. So the grower has some discretion, and it can be put here, or if he has a problem distinguishing it, he can mix it in with the purples. This is the only class where the flower can be entered on the color of the lip alone. The pelorics, unfortunately, are going to be a catch-all, and I don't know how to separate them out. Again, if we make classes for the yellow pelorics, purple pelorics, red pelorics, we'd have to add 18 more classes, and that seems to me unmanageable. At least this way, all the flowers in this class share a distinct feature, and most of them share the ancestor with the peloric mutation. This is the last new class. Spotted Cattleya flowers come from only 3 Brazilian species, and they are unique enough to deserve their own category. This is similar to the SWROGA class of other. If a lot of unrelated flowers get put in here, then it would mean the schedule is incomplete or confusing. All the flowers in this presentation would go into one of the previous classes. I don't have an example of a flower that would fit here, but this class should still exist. The final class of other Cattleya alliance genera is unchanged. Hopefully, with less ambiguous and clearer language, the revision would eliminate this tragedy. Flowers should not have to battle against mismatches. The yellows should go with the yellows, purples with purples, reds with reds, and so on. That leaves the pelorics to compete against themselves and the spots to see who comes out as top spot. I've received positive feedback on displaying the PAV poster at our shows. I made a poster shorthand on where to put your Cattleya flower that can be included at the sign-in. This is the completed schedule. Holly and the Houston judges have seen this in Baton Rouge since pre-pandemic. We've not had any negative comments. The extra wording seems to have made the grower's job of classifying and the judges of judging less confusing. Comments, edits, improvements are welcomed and encouraged.